It's the Riot Podcast for Friday, May 12th, and John from Skillet joined the audio version of the podcast.
Oh, make sure you listen because John was joining us from Germany this morning, which is good because I was afraid he wasn't. The time change, like it's better on him because he's ahead
It's
in
later
time.
in the day, yeah.
But I mean, he is international. I was afraid he wasn't going to remember that he had to do this.
Well,
so.
Nikki, we're very important, so of course he wouldn't forget that.
He's important to us too, so I'm super glad that worked out. So when you're done with our podcast today, if you want to watch the interview, hop to the video before or join us at RadioU Riot on Facebook and our YouTube channel to subscribe and see our videos.
We also talked about if you're a fan of Taylor Swift, you probably don't have tickets to her Eras tour, but we have a way for you to experience it.
It's not, well, again, I feel bad for this poor person because she wasn't really meaning to sell them, but now it's just gotten away from her.
But now people actually want to buy them.
So I think now people do want to buy them.
Yeah.
But not at the price she's putting up. So find out what this girl is selling.
Yeah, we also talked about a Lakers fan and a haircut that can take you from just an everyday Joe to the most memorable guy in LA.
You wish
Yes.
LeBron would send him to a game or something.
That'd be awesome.
Probably not a playoff game, but like just something. It'd be
A regular
full-
game.
Yeah, if you were a
He
super
deserves
fan.
it. He
yeah.
deserves it. Yeah, I'm trying to think of if I could explore this idea of me getting a crazy haircut.
What would you do?
What would I do?
We should change our look.
I know we should.
I've been contemplating some heavy look changes
Well,
recently.
what else
know,
can you do though
likewise.
besides color?
I was going to
it,
go
or-
pop punk maybe and go down that route
You
for a
want to do
while.
like a Machine Gun Kelly
Yeah, maybe
look
like a
or
Machine
something?
Gun Kelly look. I think that's a good idea for
Yeah,
me.
it
make
works
it
for him.
blonde?
It works for him.
Maybe I could.
so.
I was thinking frosted tips for a while.
Yeah.
What do you think about that,
See,
Nikki?
It's actually back for guys, frosted
Is it?
tips. It is.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. It looks better. It looks so weird when you do frosted tips.
It looks
especially
wild.
When you watch the videos and the guys, like you put a cap on and you put the tips, it looks awful that way. But then when it actually gets styled, it actually can look
Can
good.
you imagine if I walked in with
I think
frosted
you would
tips
I'd
look
love
one day?
it.
great.
I would love it.
I bet
especially
you
for
would.
the
It'd
summertime.
be hilarious. Also, I've also thought about the easiest one is just change up the facial hair.
Yeah, that's what I keep thinking
And I
about.
told Hudson, I think I'm about to shave it down. Probably this weekend. I'm gonna shave it down really short. Is what I'm going for. Maybe
See, I
more of
think
the
it's real
stubbly
short
look.
now. I don't know how much shorter it can go.
Oh, I'm gonna go for like the stubbly look.
I want to see what that looks like. I've also been contemplating facial hair changes, but
You wanna
if I
shave
do
yours
it,
down?
I want it to be a surprise.
Yours getting long here,
It's
like in the middle
that's
part.
intentional because
Yeah.
I think that matches my hair.
It's so aggressive.
Yeah, but
Your
it gives
facial hair is so aggressive.
it gives me a chin though.
Do
It gives me
you
a
not have
real-
one usually?
It's not as good. Yeah,
I saw a video yesterday of like an old podcast where it was really, really short.
I know.
Right after you had shaved it all,
Uh huh.
it looked good.
Really? I think I look like a baby.
I think you look good.
I look like a little child.
Yeah, but how old do you want to look? Like, what's your premiere age? What are you going for?
Like I don't know,
Because
like
I'm going for like 18,
18, sure.
18.
20,
Yeah, everybody loves 18.
22, 24. I mean, I'm 24 right now. I'm looking for like maybe a 22 vibe.
You want to just look young enough to where no one asks you to do anything. 'cause
Exactly.
They assume you can't do it.
Less responsibility if I look like I'm 18.
See, here's what I was thinking with facial hair, though. This is where these two things come in. Is I think it's shaving a design into the facial hair, like into the
Oh, to
here-
the
But the problem
sides?
is mine doesn't come in thick enough there to the cheek area, the cheekle area, where I don't know if that would work out for me, but it's something I would aspire to.
It is wild. It doesn't grow in as well up there, but down here it's just so thick.
Yeah, it really is. But I can't shave a lightning bolt into this, into
No.
my chin. Wouldn't work.
But you can do, you can dye it, like,
Oh, we should dye it.
yeah, one of those streaks.
Like red.
A red streak.
Or green for the Jets. Their schedule just got released. We talk about that too.
No, anybody who has green hair, if you don't go all the way with it, it's just going to look like your beard's dirty.
What if I did? What if I did the beads? The beard
beads?
beads.
Oh my gosh.
Like a pirate type look.
God. Gosh, I
No,
would
see,
hate
I like
that.
when at Christmas time, guys will do the baubles, like the
Oh,
Christmas
shh.
stuff. I love that.
No, that's not me.
But otherwise, you don't need to put beads in.
That's
Hudson, if you do
nonsense.
beads, that'd be crazy.
It would be awesome.
It'd be wild.
I
We
would look so
look
intimidating.
we would look so different. It'd be nuts. The show would look insane.
Yeah, I'll let you guys have that. Okay.
Like we wouldn't even look like we should be in the
Yep.
same room if you went beads.
How are you changing up your facial
You
hair,
come
Nikki?
in with. I don't have facial hair, okay? And my gosh, it sounds like a lot of work for you guys that do.
It is a lot of work.
But if you come in with beads in your beard and frosted tips, then that could work.
That would be such a wild thumbnail.
I think I think it would help things, at least temporarily.
I think it
don't
would
know
for
about
sure-
long term.
I think that people would watch the podcast intro a little longer.
It wouldn't
They-
matter what we said. Yeah.
They would be like, "What is this room? This dude looks like a hippie, and the other guy looks like a hipster."
Is that Frosted Tips?
Are those frosted tips he's got there? The other dude's wearing beads.
Whenever you do a look too, you're always like, it's back in. You know,
Yeah,
you just want to
it's
make sure
back.
people know that it's in.
One
so.
other idea I've got. This is a much lower risk of change. What if I just switch out the hat and do bandana?
Oh my gosh, I would love that.
Oh, I don't know.
I would
That's-
love bandana.
I can't.
That's my new favorite because it's the most
No.
realistic.
Are you gonna
Please
do?
wear a
It's
bandana.
It's so possible.
How are
Dude,
you going to
please.
fold the bandana? I watched this guy on YouTube, and I think it's because he was losing hair, so he always wore a bandana. But then he always commented how the fact that he would wear a bandana causes his hair loss too.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a catch. And I eventually grew into like, okay, I think it's an okay look because that's his look.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, are you talking like a motorcycle
like the
style?
full-
Not motorcycle.
Or are you talking like a
not
line?
not like,
like
an
a
eagle
line
and
or like
American
the full
flag.
over the top?
Or like a headband?
Is it covering all of your hair
I'm
or a
thinking
headband?
I'm thinking headband.
Mm.
type
I want you to
style.
go over all the way over the top.
over the top.
Why don't you start with this? Why don't you just turn your hat around?
Turn,
Oh, a
no, I'm not a
backwards
backwards hat guy.
Okay, well,
Backwards hat
That's-
kind of
that's
guy.
for-
He's more bandana than backwards hat kind of guy.
Look,
Backwards
listen.
hat is immature.
you decide and tell us, but we'll let you guys go into the podcast. All right, John's waiting in the podcast.
Bandana, bandana. That's my
Make sure you
favorite.
text and say hi at 877-2 Radio U and tell them what should their look be.
Happy weekend.
Bye.
See you guys.
It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
How long is Taylor Swift's Eras tour?
I don't know, but that's all TikTok is
Mm-hmm.
now. So if we're ready to move on, I
No, we're not.
feel like if you do a For You page thing, everybody's seen the whole tour and
Yeah.
all the outfits.
But it's
Yep.
just not the same, though, as seeing it yourself live in person. At least that's what I believe. I guess I'll never know because I don't think I'm going to get Eras tour tickets, unfortunately. But if you're like me and you can't make it to the Eras tour, you could do the next best thing. You could buy a pair of contacts that did make it to the Eras tour.
That's when you're desperate.
What's that mean?
I know, and I'm
so-
desperate right now.
Someone was selling, but it was a joke. So, and everybody got mad at like, this is who Taylor Swift's fans are, when really it wasn't real. They were really selling, but it was just a joke. Someone's selling the contact lenses that they wore to see her in concert to say, like, you could have the contacts that Vision that
Yeah.
saw it.
See.
So they're selling them.
The contacts experience Taylor Swift so that you can either experience it again or have at least that something from the experience of the Eras tour. $10,000 is what they were up for. And so obviously that's probably, that's actually a good deal when you think about it.
And so the tickets, you just buy the contact lens?
I find the
not
tickets are
instead.
cheaper.
The tickets are
You
cheaper.
could have
but-
been there.
But the tickets are limited in quantity. These are even more limited.
All right,
There's
if you-
only 2 of these.
You wear contacts.
Yeah.
Would you put in your eyes contacts that were someone else's?
Ooh.
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay. So like someone buying these, you would be buying them, but it's not like you're buying them to put them in your eyes.
No, that'd be very disgusting
Okay.
and very risky. But it's not like if you put them in your eyes, you'd actually be able to see the show, anyways. So it's really just like you kind of just feel it from looking at them.
Just
you know
because
what
you
I mean?
own them.
Yeah.
But again, the person said they were just joking.
And maybe the contacts could tell you stories. They could relay the information from the Eras tour to you. But, I mean, $10,000, it doesn't sound like the worst deal. But then again, there's just nothing like being able to go and see it for yourself. And that's something, sadly, that none of us are going to experience.
No, I have tickets.
You do?
You do?
No, I'd
No,
be an
don't.
idiot to have tickets.
No, you
You'd be
don't.
an idiot.
Yes, I'd
You'd
be an
a
idiot.
genius. You could either resell them or you could have a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
What is this once in a lifetime experience? We act like Taylor Swift is never going to go on tour again. Like this is
But this is a
craziness.
different tour.
What's the tour, Hudson?
It's the Eras tour.
It's the
Have you been
Eras
paying
tour.
attention?
I know that I've been paying attention. There's no artist that had to pay that much.
And
to
this
go see.
is Taylor Swift's Eras era. And when she tours again, she'll be in a different era. And so it will be a different experience. She'll be talking about different stuff. She'll have a different new breakup that she just went through. And so, or maybe she'll actually be in love at that time. Who knows? But right now, this is the only time you can see Taylor Swift in post Joe Alwyn breakup.
Now, people should be embarrassed. That's what they should be. You should be embarrassed.
For trying to sell contacts for
trying to sell
$10,000.
contacts. If you're spending this much money on a tour, that's craziness.
The only reason that I'm not going is because I don't think I'm prepared for it.
You're not?
I don't think I could. I don't think I have the emotional capacity to withstand the barrage of a Taylor Swift Eras tour.
I'm starting to think maybe I should go because I feel like these concerts might be 95% women. And I might be the only guy there. And you know what?
You could totally meet someone.
I'm okay with that.
I'd be so jealous, but not for the reason you're thinking.
This is Radio U's Worst of the Riot.
The NBA playoffs still going on, and I love, personally, what this guy did to support the team. A lot of people paint their face, they'll wear the jersey or whatever, but I have a guy who has shaved LeBron James's face into his hair.
So is that supporting the team, or is that just supporting LeBron? Because this,
excuse me, LeBron is the team.
LeBron is the team.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. It's impressive.
He's like the Aaron Rodgers of basketball.
You could absolutely tell who this is. And my favorite part is there's still hair where LeBron's beard is. So they didn't shave that part off. Otherwise, the rest of the guy's head is pretty closely shaved.
Yeah.
Except the beard part, which is bushy.
Yes, that
so
looks
that's on the back
awesome.
of his head.
That is that's a lot of attention to detail there. I really appreciate that. I never thought about this being a way to show support for something. Like, I know you can do different crazy stuff with hairstyles if you get really intricate with it, but I didn't even think about this, but now I love the idea.
You want to shave one of your favorite players? You want Aaron Rodgers on your head?
It sounds pretty cool, doesn't
That's
it?
probably who you'd pick, right?
It's definitely who I'd pick.
So, all right, if you did that, how long would you want to sit? Because you know it's going to take time.
So long.
So long? Now, this guy, it took him 2 hours.
That's actually pretty quick.
Yeah, I thought it could have been worse.
I thought it would be longer.
So 2 hours, which, depending on what type of hair and haircut and hair coloring, that is for some less than it normally takes.
That's what
for
I'm
their
thinking.
hair.
Like when I get a haircut, it's like 30 minutes. If I get a long haircut, it's like 45 minutes. So that's not too bad.
Yeah,
2
that's
hours is not
that's
bad.
not horrible. What I am wondering is how much did he charge, and I don't see a price tag.
Oh, they should have put that.
Yeah, I would like to know how much would you pay for such a thing, because that has to be expensive.
I don't know. Maybe.
You look like an idiot? I don't know. I wouldn't pay $1.
No, you look like a fan.
You look like a
right?
true fan.
A true fan. Maybe $100.
$100?
Yeah. Including the tip.
Including tip.
Including tip.
I think I mean, that sounds like about the max amount I would pay.
Yeah.
But that sounds like it's not enough for the barber's time.
You think so?
I think they would charge more. You ever, people would get, good barbers would get paid a lot more to do a lot less than this.
Yeah. I just think about like a typical haircut yet again. It's like 30 minutes. And usually that's like, let's say $30 for like a barber.
But you're just getting a haircut, like
You're
a
getting a
trim.
regular haircut. Yeah.
This
This is
is-
much more intricate.
This is kind of like art.
Yeah,
Like,
it is like
Yeah.
art.
So you think about what's an artist get paid per hour?
So you sound
Too
like
much.
you wouldn't do a player. Would you do like a team logo?
I would never do anything like this.
He loves his hair. He's not touching his hair.
My
with
hair's
that.
I like my hair a lot. I don't want to mess with it. I wouldn't do
He's
anything.
got it just at the right spot where he's happy with
Perfect.
it.
It's pristine right now. I wouldn't get anything shaved into it. I just don't think that's really my style.
Yeah, it isn't. You couldn't pull it off.
Yeah.
So you couldn't pull it
the
off.
last-
I
Just
couldn't
try to
pull off
go
a
with it.
logo on my head. If you think you can pull off a logo on your head, you're an idiot.
Don't fall for it because he's going to try to, reverse psychology you into getting a logo on
Into
your
getting
head.
a Nike swoosh on the side of my head and be like, it
Like,
looks sick,
Well,
okay?
if it doesn't look good on you.
Yeah.
I think you'd be the talk of the town if you got an Ohio State logo in here. If you just started like on the helmets, the Buckeyes.
Oh, the Buckeyes!
Yes, that
Oh,
would
That'd
be
be wild. If I got
amazing.
like the black O on there with the Buckeyes on the
No,
back.
after every game, you just
Yeah.
added more
Another
Buckeyes on
couple
the
more
side.
Buckeyes on the back.
You
Yeah,
don't
that
think
would be
that would
wild.
be awesome, and people would love you for it.
I think people
You'd
would
be
love
the
it.
coolest guy watching the game.
People would be like, "Oh my gosh!" It's kind of like when you see the guys who like dress up for the games. You're like, "That's cool," but also like you have a family and kids, and it's kind of embarrassing. Kind of
But
cool.
you don't have a family and kids, so you can embarrass yourself
It's
all
even
you
more
want.
embarrassing. I'd
It's
say.
even worse.
Because I have other things in my life going on.
So this guy again had LeBron James trimmed into the back of his head. The bottom of it is still bushy though, like a
Yeah.
beard. And it took 2 hours to create because he's a fan of LeBron and the Lakers, and he wanted to show support during the playoffs.
My last thought on this is, and clearly this is a guy that gets his haircut routinely, but what if you just let it grow out after that?
Oh, how would it work?
Yeah, how weird would it look?
Brian would have like a unibrow or whatever.
You might have to keep that trimmed up or just shave it off completely when you're done.
There's
yeah.
a lot of maintenance involved.
This is The Riot. Radio U.
Last night was such an exciting night. It's so crazy that any other league could release their schedule and we'd all go. Even if we like the sport, who cares? But the NFL releases their schedule and it's an event.
So this is when they unveil the games, like the dates for everything?
Yeah, because you already know who your team is going to play. That's already predetermined year by year. You know as soon as the previous season ends exactly who you're playing the next season, but you don't know where and when and all that good stuff. So now we have the full NFL schedule for the 2023 season, and just so exciting. We now know the NFL season will open up. The Thursday night game traditionally features the reigning Super Bowl champs. So that'll be the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
And the team the NFL chose to face the Chiefs in that first game of the year, it's a bit of an oddball. It's the Detroit Lions.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't think they were very good.
What do you think that means, Isaiah?
They want to give the Chiefs an easy win off the rip.
Or
See-
give an opportunity for the Lions to really start
Yeah,
off in a
to prove
strong
themselves.
way.
See, I'm seeing a lot of people theorizing that this means the NFL thinks the Detroit Lions are going to have a big season and be real competitive. I actually see this as the total opposite. There's a lot of hope for the Lions right now for some reason. I don't know why. A bunch of idiots think they're going to have a good season. So I think that this is the one chance the Lions playing the Chiefs actually would have some hype around it, where any other time going into the game, if this is in week 5, you'd be like, Chiefs over Lions, bloodbath.
Yeah.
But week 1, it's like, oh, maybe the Lions will have a good season
Well, if
this
you're
year.
a fan of the Lions, then it's a very important game.
It
Yeah.
is.
Oh, yeah.
Real exciting.
If you don't win, we're not going to take you seriously. We're going to continue to not take you seriously. Any other games that stood out? Obviously, we had to look through our team's schedules, but any other big primetime games that are real exciting for you?
As he looks, I thought you were excited for Aaron Rodgers to figure out his schedule.
Yeah, I did. I took a look at that, and so real exciting. The first game for Aaron Rodgers with the New York Jets is a Monday night game on September 11th against the Buffalo Bills. So that's intimidating. Now, I was looking through the entire schedule. You just play the schedule game where you're like, oh, that's a win, that's a win. And so looking through the Jets schedule, I am real excited because I think they're going to go 16-1
Okay.
after seeing the schedule.
16-1?
16-1. Yeah, I want to be realistic.
Yeah.
That first game against the Bills, they're probably going to lose. It's the first game. They're still getting used to each other. But after that,
It'll all be wins.
yeah. And then I was looking at the Packers schedule too, because, I haven't lost my loyalty to them. And I also, I don't want to be too optimistic, but I also think they'll go 16-1
Okay.
because they play the Chiefs. They're not going to beat them. But
That's
other than
all right.
that,
That's
they
good.
play a bunch of trash. So.
Isaiah, how's your Browns?
They're looking good. We've got.
He's not as, his tone wasn't as bright as yours.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to be a
He
little
is
more
a Browns
realistic.
fan, so.
I would say it looks good. The first half of the season is much tougher than the second half, which is fine. We're going to have a rough first 10 games, but our last 7,
It will be great.
we're going to go on a heater to end the year. So we might go into the first 10 games or so, and we might be like 5-5. But of our last 7 games, we're going to win like 5 of the
They'll
last
really
7.
shine.
Yeah, it'll
And
be
you said
good.
the Browns and the Bengals play first?
Browns and the Bengals, first game of the year. So right off the rip, an easy dub for us. That's always
Did
exciting.
the Browns
considering
always win? Because Bengals were great.
See, the Bengals are always great, but the Browns just own the Bengals. We own them, baby, and so we just continue on. They beat us like once
That's
in the
their one
past.
thing that they can cheer about.
Oh, that's all they can do?
We
Beating another team that historically sucks.
well, the Bengals are pretty good. If you haven't noticed, they have Joe Burrow. Apparently, he's like some hot dog. I don't know, but yeah, I think we'll be fine. Week 1, Bengals, tough game in the beginning of the season, but thankfully, yet again, we own them. So
It's
it'll
just
be
been so
grand.
cute to watch both of them planning out things, like just looking through the schedule and be like, oh, maybe you can go this game.
That's
maybe
what I'm
watch
thinking.
this.
I'm like, which one of these games in the beginning of the season when it's warm out do I want to go
Yeah.
to for the Browns?
Because we knew the Jets and Browns play each other. So that was like an exciting moment. But then that's on December 28th in Cleveland.
Oh,
New York,
never mind.
The
So
Jets
that's-
are, and the best part is the Jets are for sure going to lose that game. You want to know why? Because the Browns have won 5 Thursday night games in a row. We own Thursday nights.
Oh, you gotta love football.
The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on Radio U.
Let's talk NBA playoffs, where last night, what do you think is the bigger story, Isaiah? The Celtics forcing a Game 7 against the Sixers, or the Nuggets eliminating the Phoenix Suns?
I think it's the Nuggets
Yeah.
eliminating the Phoenix Suns.
Which side of that is important to you?
The part that's important to me is I think that the Nuggets are the real deal. I think they could win the finals. The whole time I never really took them seriously, but they're always really good in the regular season, and they have been like the past 4 years or so. They're always like a 1 or 2 seed. They play great in the regular season. They get to the playoffs, and then they always just lose in the second round.
Aww.
Never have that good of a playoff run. But this year, everyone was high on the Nuggets yet again, but the Suns were like the one super team.
Yeah.
That everyone thought that if there's a team that would be that could possibly be unfair to the rest, it would be the Suns because they have KD, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, and Chris Paul.
Now, sorry to be the person, but I know it's the Phoenix Suns, but the Nuggets are from where?
Where would you think?
Nevada? Nevada
Close.
Nuggets?
Yeah, kind of close.
The Nevada Nuggets.
Doesn't it sound nice?
It does.
Yeah.
Denver.
There
It's
it
Denver.
is. Thank
Denver
you.
Nuggets.
I knew that. All right, continue.
I'm just
Yeah.
shocked that the Suns got knocked out because I thought they were for sure a lock for the Western Conference Finals, and the Nuggets, they look really good.
Yeah, I think we should have known better on the Suns because Kevin Durant, when he doesn't have Steph Curry to help him out, is not that intimidating. And then Chris Paul got injured again in the playoffs. Shocker. And DeAndre Ayton was injured for last night's game too. So it really just came down to you're playing 2-on-5 pretty much.
Yeah.
Because they had nobody else. So we should have known better with the Suns. We shouldn't have had such high expectations. The Denver Nuggets, I can see them winning it too, but I also still feel like I can't quite take them seriously. It's just that I don't feel like at this point, all the teams, I just have question marks, all the teams that are left. Let's talk about, so the 76ers had the chance to close out the Celtics and be really the team that maybe we did take the most seriously, and they failed last night. So
At
now-
home, right?
Yeah, at home.
Ooh.
And it was just a reminder for me, if you watched the game last night, James Harden, right?
Yeah.
The beard. We loved him earlier this week because he brought the Michigan State shooting victim that was paralyzed from the chest down. He brought him to the game, real sweet moment and everything. It's like, wow, what a real nice guy. And that was all nice. But then last night's game is a reminder why I don't like James Harden, because he, like last night in the fourth quarter, his offense is just, he runs into guys and falls down and expects a foul call. And that
he does it on
work.
purpose?
Yeah, he just
He's a big
falls
flopper.
down.
Aw.
He was just flailing. It's like a Melissa McCarthy movie. It's not fair to her. She's done new
What
things.
is that?
Yeah,
What
but
are you
no,
doing
it's
there?
Wow.
he
Low
just
blow.
That's what you got?
he just falls over and expects a foul call, but that doesn't work in the fourth quarter of the NBA playoffs games. And so the Sixers offense dried up last night. Okay, last question then. We've got 3 more series that are going to be finished, and we're going to know who's in the conference finals when we come back on Monday. Who's it going to be?
I think it's going to be the Miami Heat.
Yep.
I think it's going to be the LA Lakers.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
The Denver Nuggets are already in.
Obviously.
And then between the Celtics and 76ers, I think, it's so tough. I'm going to just go ahead and say the 76ers win on the road. Tough look there, but that's my underdog pick.
I guess I'm going to go with the Celtics, and then obviously I don't think the Lakers or Heat blow their leads. So I think I'll say the Celtics because I don't think either team has any killers, the Celtics or the Sixers, and so the Celtics will just win because they're at home.
They're at home.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
All
Nikki,
right, sounds good.
Nikki, your picks?
Yeah, that all sounds good.
She
It
agrees.
does.
Yeah, okay.
I agree.
Across the board.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you guys.
Love it. Love it. Thank you.
I love hearing your picks.
Wasn't that a great Riot clip? While you're here, you should watch more of our videos and subscribe so you don't miss what we do next.